the colors.
And Kendrick beard looking like he used a protractor to line up.
Well, shape up and vibes.
Why not?
From since Wednesday,
Uh
Oh.
oh, because people seeing him now, you check?
Wednesday, he had a nice little peach shirt on him,
Eh.
button down.
Oh,
He was looking well, He and
All
Josh.
right. Of course.
Josh had a nice little fitted shirt on him,
I'm
showing off
proud
the
of y'all.
muscles as usual. I was proud of them. I was proud of them.
Paro chic.
I hate to see Mr.
Okay, we're going live. You good?
What?
You good?
You don't do bad, not true?
Yeah.
I teach you
No,
well.
you honestly.
I gonna
did
take
well.
credit for it.
You did well. You did well. He learned.
But you're not eating a lot of different type of food, giving you a better idea of how to cook.
Yeah.
Like
for
you
sure.
you're getting the idea of different taste balance, like what sweet and salt can go together,
Mhm.
what that and that can, what
Citrus, acid,
yeah.
That is why
salt, sweet.
That is why there's
Dairy and everything.
bread and peanut butter and fried plantain.
That sounding
Lovely.
like it would be good.
You know, song, it is.
It is. It's
What about
best.
you see, like a plantain, a roast plantain that ripe or half ripe? You cut it open and you put the peanut butter in it.
Oh yes, fig. Remember when we had to do the roast fig and peanut butter?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you have marshmallows, you can put marshmallows.
And
too.
while we're on this conversation, whoever came up with banana peze,
Yes, we boy. Whatever banana pizza you give the person give Charlene that day, it's shami, eh?
Well, Shami. Shami. You
It's
want
not
to Shami?
isn't it a Haitian thing?
Yes.
Shout out
It
to the
is-
Haitians.
But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans have something similar.
As in Los Dominicanos.
Yes,
as in
Los
those people. Okay.
Dominicanos. But they call
Alright.
it the Haitians call it banan peze, and I think the Dominicans call it tostones.
Banana
Oh,
pizza.
tostoros. Yes, it's true. It's true.
That's what they call it.
Listen, all of us is one people, eh?
You know
Kendrick
that.
say banan queve. A Sandy boy.
I can't deal with Mr.
I cannot stand the boy. Anyway,
As
for
we
those
say, all of
you-
us. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
For those of you just tuning in, we're live. We're having another episode of the Hard Ones podcast. We have
Yeah.
hard conversations while we have a few hard ones. You know the vibes already. You can find us on the Go Loud app. Shout out Digicel one time.
Big up to Digicel.
Big up to
time.
Digicel.
You can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud,
Anchor
Anchor
FM.
FM, wherever podcasts are. We there. We in
Yeah.
it. There. That's where we are.
So whenever you
know?
want to do your spring cleaning, because it is springtime, just put a playlist, binge
Put it together.
your hard ones, yell at your computer if you disagree.
If you have to, exactly.
If
Message us and let
if we
us
make
know.
you vex, send an angry letter. I want to start beef because apparently starting beef is how you get famous. So I don't know who I want to beef with. I got beef with Colin XP. Girl, you so freaking talented. It's annoying.
What
How
the
many
hell?
people be interested in a local artist beef for real? Like how many people be-
Plenty, because I can remember when Colton and Issa was going back and forth. That was a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Last night I hear my mother. My mother was I was so traumatized. Last night I was working and my mother was playing tropical music, and then it went to Colton T, who she loves for some reason.
Ooh.
Imagine the most gospel mission of gospel mission ladies, and she loved Colton T. Next thing I hear, you make me want to lose it. I was like, all right. Then I hear, she's like, Jade, you know, Mister, and she started playing Annie Bayolo. I was like, yes, mom, that's Shelly. She's like, he's from Dominica. I was like, yes, mother. Then I hear her laughing, and I take out my headphones in my ears. Wet fed my mother bawling on their way.
Oh, wow. Okay, mom. Okay, mom.
Laughing. Then
That is my girl. That is
Then-
my girl.
then
Self.
she ain't. I know people, and she did. It's true. I was like, wait a minute.
Mom is.
I tell you, you see that song, I don't know. That song had more marketing. That song like that sell me on Asa, you know.
Then she asked me if I know Asa. I was like, Mommy, I think Asa and I.
Oh, wait the fed.
Oh, It
Web fit.
survives,
And she
man.
was like, it's so relatable. I like how he's singing. It's like he's talking to you and there's Dominican vibes. And I check my mother do
Mhm.
a think piece on Aesop.
No, your mother was feeling the vibe. She was feeling like she was back
That is
home,
music
and
I would
that's what
get
it
blow zero
is.
back in the day.
Well, that was then. This is now. um.
Hey.
So while we're here, heavy week. Shout out to
Yes, Sibai.
the islanders of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our
Yeah,
thoughts and
boy.
Boy.
prayers are with you
Yes.
all. It can't be easy.
It
Like
cannot.
Boy.
I
we
saw a
see the
picture this morning of
pictures.
actual lava. And
What?
I
Mm,
trying to think of like if I was in Pishle and I seen because Pishle is surrounded by like three
You
of
don't
them.
know
yeah.
what direction to
And
go
I
on?
seen lava coming out from him. What the
What would
heck
you do?
would
And
I
it's not even
do?
just, and while St. Vincent is immediately impacted, like we seen the ashfall in Barbados, in parts
Really?
of St. Lucia. Yeah, Barbados is like, there's part
Wow.
of Barbados is dark because it's so there's so much ash.
Oh my
There's even
god.
footage of it from the bayfront in Roseau today, like
I
early
thought they were
morning.
saying is I thought Natasha said it was in actual ash, it was Saharan dust
I don't
in the
think
case
what
of Dominicans.
I don't think what they caught on camera was
Today.
Sahara dust today. I don't think that was Sahara
Damn.
dust.
I
I
saw a
think
video of a guy, and the guy was on the south end of the island, right? Actually
Mhm.
showing you the sea,
mhm,
and he was seeing the ashes going up in like in the sky
Mhm.
mhm.
from the other end
From
of
the
the
other
island,
end
from
of
the
the
north
island.
end
Yeah,
of the
Be-
island.
it's
and
Though
it's
and you know that's what that
I was,
usually sorry causes like the fatalities and stuff is the air pollution
yeah,
because y'all remember when I don't know if you remember that I think was I teaching or was I in school but
Montserrat.
they yes when they had the
Mm-hmm.
eruption in Montserrat and we had so much ash
Mm-hmm.
in Dominica
Mm-hmm.
and it was polluting the air so imagine there are like how many islands away and we were getting that imagine what it is to be there breathing
Yeah,
that
like I
because the
can't
lava
even.
would like most of the times I think you can outrun the lava doesn't pour as quickly as they show in the movies but
Mm-hmm.
the ash and the air pollution and the fumes like
And factor when you factor in the fact that they've had dengue and they have COVID and all these things happening all
and
at
then
once,
there
and it's
wasn't
like,
this thing
no,
about their salaries I think Gonzalez was saying that they had an issue paying salaries or something
I think
and
I,
then all
I
of a sudden I saw this thing about the volcano I'm like Jesus
it's
what
it's a
going
lot.
on.
It's a
Because
lot.
St. Vincent always strike me as like one of the places other than Dominica that I would live because everybody who I have met from St. Vincent was just like family. Like the
Mm-hmm.
men, I always say if I didn't marry a Dominica, I'd marry a Vincentian man.
Okay.
Like the men are so nice, the women are so nice, like the people are so generous and everything. So it's like I was so kind of hurt in a kind of a way because I
To
kind
see
of
that
like Ralph.
happening.
Yeah, because I kind of admire Ralph's brain. Like I heard him
Mhm.
speak at you and everything. So he's one of those people where even if I don't agree with him politically, I admire his intellect.
Mhm. Mhm.
And to see him crying and stuff, because I still remember when they had that Christmas disaster and he was crying too. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, St. Vincent is one of those like don't bother nobody kind of islands. And they just
Unfortunately, that's not how natural disasters work,
I
man.
know.
But as we said, guys, our thoughts and prayers are with you all. I
Man.
think, if I'm not mistaken, because I think I saw something on Elias's page, so there's a very real possibility that Digicel will be doing something, probably to send stuff
That'd be
to
great.
them. So be on the lookout for Be Digicel or whichever social media pages that you follow. I know people are posting how you can help,
Yeah.
the things that they need. And let's be mindful of, I know social media is fun and games and all of that, but there are certain things we need to be mindful of. Like,
Yes.
we cannot, it's a joke, everybody want to, like,
Be the
because
first to make a meme or
to
some
make
bullshit.
right, but is people lives, and we went through Maria, we know how traumatic that was, and like, I can't even imagine what they're going through. Like, I cannot begin to imagine what they are going through, and I don't want that to be my fate.
And I
Um,
hope if it comes to it, if we have to open our doors to them, that we would have a better attitude than the people who were very rejecting of Dominicans when we had Maria
mm,
and saying we don't want all you in our
mm.
country. I hope we remember how that felt and we
Yeah.
have a better attitude towards St. Vincentians and anybody who needs our help. Shout out
I,
to our company, Royal Caribbean, and all the other cruise ships that send their ships down to evacuate the people. That
the
was that
people.
was that was
That was
good. That
pretty
was
dope.
awesome.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Caribbean leaders who are stepping in and who are
Yes.
lending a helping hand. You know, even the Prime Minister of Dominica, I read
Yeah.
an a news release that they're making plans to accommodate Vincentians for a
And
period
that's
of
what
at least 5 months.
and that's
And
good
to
for us
those,
too. That if
definitely,
they come.
definitely. And to those of us on island who have accommodations who are willing, you can get in contact with the Office of the Prime Minister. There's a hotline that they have up for that type of thing. So get in contact. We are our neighbor's keeper. We know what
Yeah.
it feels like to be displaced and to not know what is happening. We know that fear. And we are one Caribbean at the end of the day.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know,
We really
so
are.
like I cannot feel for people in America and people in Africa not feel some type of way for my fellow Caribbean people. You know,
Especially
so
when it's stuff that they have absolutely
no
no
control
control
over.
over. And a lot
Definitely.
of the tragedies we experience are climate related, nature related, and quiet as it's kept, it's not because we are contributing to
It's not
climate
us.
change,
Our
but we
carbon
suffering.
footprint's not that big.
We don't even have. Maybe we
Okay?
have a
Like
toenail.
if you can't find us, you
Maybe.
half the time you guys say you can't find us on the map. If you can't find us on the map, then there is no way our carbon footprint is even big enough to make
To make any kind of
a
dent.
Hurricane Maria really Dominica carbon footprint.
Yeah, but it's we that suffering for it. So
You know, always the case.
man, my I wish I could give more than thoughts and prayers. And when I find out how I can, I will. Any
Definitely,
information that we find out
we
how
will
our
share
crew can share, we're going to share it on our social media
as
because
much as possible.
we don't want to just have hard talk. We want to follow it with actions too.
Yeah.
We also have to say thoughts and prayers to the family of
Earl
DMX.
Simmons,
Yes.
listen,
That I think this was rough for everybody.
listen. I was in tears. It's like when I remember seeing a tribute he did for Aaliyah with the whole Rough Riders family at the back of him.
I remember
And
that.
that has been playing. And that brought me to tears because we grew up, this is a man we grew up listening to. You know, this is a man.
Well, I wasn't allowed.
Oh
I
well.
wasn't allowed, so I
This
don't really
this
know that
is
much of his music.
this is a man who didn't shy away from letting you know what his struggles were.
That's true.
You know, and God was never far from him.
And I
Or
love
he
this spirit
never,
though.
like, I fell in love with DMX. It was this song, They Don't Know Who We Be. And it was a prayer. And it was
Mm,
just, you just felt like all none of the pretense was there. Like this was a man talking to God. You know, and it was just, it stayed with me. His music stays with me, his vibe, his story, growing up in a religious household and still not being given that grace that he should have gotten. You know,
man.
his first introduction to drugs, a friend, a mentor, gave him a joint list with crack, and that was it at 14. And that
But
was it.
there's also this fallacy that his situation was caused by an overdose. And I think a family member was trying to say that this narrative just spun
That's
out
not the
of
case.
control.
What they're saying is
They're
it's
saying,
actually this thing
yeah,
got
that's what they were
sued,
saying. But I understand
that
in
he
grief,
took.
people say a lot of things. So I don't want
So
to perpetuate any false information, but
narratives, whatever it is, we lost and
someone,
we gained an ancestor. In all honesty,
I like that. When
we
I
gained
die, say that.
that's what we gained an
Say that.
ancestor, and
I am an ancestor.
And in all of this, I'm just like, for me, it's just okay. He's found the peace, or I hope he has found the peace.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I believe he has found the peace. I believe, because even when you hear the people like talking about him, people who have interacted with him or whatever, they always tell you a prayer was never far from his lips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and
he,
we saw his struggle. It's not like he was
yeah,
just always content with just the status quo.
yeah,
You saw him struggle, and you could see it was a struggle for him,
hmm,
and it hurt, man. It hurt that he didn't get to live out the rest of his days victorious, but at the same time, the peace is important for him.
yeah,
It's just that a lot of people are going to miss him. A lot of people are going to miss him.
Yeah.
And in saying that, I hope a lot of our younger rappers
pay attention.
pay attention to the response he's getting and understand how valuable the time you have on a platform is,
Hmm.
because a lot of these rappers are dropping, young rappers are dropping like flies or
Like
going to
flies.
jail
It's
for
crazy.
a legacy that might be less than stellar. You understand? So X had everything and he had every reason to just be complacent, but he wasn't.
Yeah,
So while you have a chance to like make a difference, I hope
do
they
that.
pay attention and like just
Do
be
that.
responsible with your platform. And also Prince Philip is dead. Rest in peace, sir. He was a human being. I hope you, yeah, rest in peace. He was
And on that note,
99.
and
Happened?
on that
He was
note,
99 years
it
old.
was
So
1990. Okay, you know what? Let me be rest in peace. Shout out to the royal family.
we're not gonna be toxic. We're not gonna be toxic, although I wanna be. I wanna be,
I
but
really want to be, but I can't imagine.
losing a
This is the
99
angle.
year old?
No, this is the
Oh.
angle I'm going. I can't imagine losing somebody that I was with for that long.
Yeah, okay. She,
That
the
that
queen,
angle.
I don't
That
know
is
why I
the
like her, but I kind of do because I feel like she kind of gangster a little bit. So I
that's
was,
the
that was my
angle I'm
first thought.
going with.
That was my
Like,
first thought. Like, how do I go to sleep without somebody I was sleeping next to for 60 years?
well, I don't know if they were sleeping next to one another, but I
But like,
understand.
you get used to that person, even if it's not love, but it's like they become an organ.
Yeah, you get used to it. And I mean, when you look at it too, outlived her peers. Like,
She like 94.
who is she? Who do you have around you? You know what I mean? Who, like, your people?
I just like to point out that she's 94, still driving her Escalade. Golda, she is 5 foot. Is she 5 feet already? And she's a Gemini. So shout out to the short Geminis like
Big
myself.
already. She 5 foot already.
Like all that. No, short people let's live long. So all them giraffes that like to be making subliminal posts for those of us who are vertically
Hold on,
challenged.
Jade talking to you. It makes sense. I understand why you like Elizabeth. I
Yeah,
understand. I
yeah.
understand.
And the worst one I found out she's a Gemini.
Yeah, I get it. I get the putting yourself aside for the greater good. I get
Yeah. And also
the
having iron balls as a woman in a place where men usually are.
well, I don't want iron balls, but
I admire it because it takes a lot of, she have to
it
sacrifice
does.
her femininity to get things done.
It does. It does. So yeah. One time for the one time, rest in peace,
Yeah.
Prince Philip.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's rough. It was a heavy week. It's been a heavy week.
it's been a
And I
heavy.
want to shout out to all the people who struggle with anxiety because
Mm-hmm.
if you struggle with anxiety, this week could not have been easy for you. It felt like you were searching for past 2 weeks, just searching for pockets of goodness. So I sympathize with all the empaths who are taking in all this sad and negative energy that's in the world and they worry. I sympathize with people who suffer from depression and anxiety because the way social media is set up, between the deaths, watching, praying for a miracle for X, the threat of natural disaster and reliving the whole George Floyd case, watching the testimonies, going through that emotion again,
That in itself,
that
it's
can be traumatic. So I just wish I could give everybody like a big hug because boobies are important and they make you feel better.
definitely, and they make you feel better.
Yeah, I wish I could just hug everybody because it's tough. But you're not alone. Like if you need a friend, I hear people say it's hard to make friends as an adult. Luckily I was not born with that gene. So if you need a friend, hit me up. If you just want to talk, hit me up. If you want a soft place to land, hit me up because nobody should go through hard stuff by themselves.
At all, at all.
It's raw,
Um,
like hard.
to go back a little, to the St. Vincent situation.
Hmm.
A hotline has been established for the general public to offer support for housing or other areas of assistance to individuals who need to be evacuated from St. Vincent. The hotline number is 611 host. That is 611-4678. And you can also email, there's an email address hostsvg@dominica.gov.dm. So if you want to help, you want to know how you can help, once again, that number is 611-4678, and the email address is hostsvg@dominica.gov.dm.
Shout out to every like honestly, Dominica has been on the ball when it comes to like crisis management
Always,
this year
always.
between COVID and this and responding to certain things, although customs still not responding to the crisis that happening
Listen,
now.
shout out to Dominica
but
for how they've been handling COVID in all
but
honesty.
I
Like,
can say like our responses to these crises and fires that keep coming up, it's been on point for the past couple of years. So
big
shout
up
out to
one
y'all. Big
time,
up to you
one
because that
time,
that's
one
that's what's
time.
up.
Like, we're trying to achieve herd immunity. I have my second COVID vaccine coming up. I can't
Yo,
wait.
I'm scared.
Although I am seeing that again, there's so much we don't know about COVID and the vaccine and the long-term implications. There's a possibility that, like from my reading, the way things going, that's a vaccine you might probably even have to end up continuously
Yeah,
taking
it's like a flu. It's like a flu
a
shot
flu
now
shot.
because
So
the disease is it's
evolving,
mutating,
it's mutating.
and right now the UK variant is more prevalent in the states than the initial variant that they made the vaccine for.
Mm.
The Johnson and Johnson vaccine, which is the one I wanted to take, just got rolled out, and then within 2 days, we had like a whole center of people like fainting and having like really bad reactions to it. So I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just wait. I don't have nowhere pressing to go right now. I'm gonna just wait.
But because I in front like Tete, I went to take my vaccine and I can't wait for the second shot.
You
And
cannot wait,
I
or you
can't
just want to
wait.
be finished. You just want to finish.
Um, I'm not scared of needles.
Well,
I'm not scared of needles. So
I
it's
bet you don't
like
have a gag reflex either.
no comment. Anyway, Kendrick has been sitting here quiet. Let us know of it. So Kendrick.
Like expression. I wonder what they're going through your mind right now.
Hear them girls. Kendrick is like, hear them girls, boy. See them. See them. Go ahead, Kendrick.
How was
Good.
your week, Henry?
How was your?
My week was good.
That's good.
I mean, it was challenging like usual.
Hello.
No man, without challenge, it's life, man.
I'm trying to find out what life is in what. I'm
That's
in
really
fact
what we're
trying to
trying to
find out
find out.
what life is without challenge, because this,
Bigly. This ain't it.
like, can I get a week? Just a week to
Can I
just
get
be like,
leave so I can live?
It's called a coma.
Well, you're right. You freaking right.
that's not a bad thing. Is it like, okay, you know what? Go ahead. That's probably going to be insensitive to persons who are in comas and their family and all of that. And
True.
Kenrick, go ahead.
We was talking earlier, and I had a question in mind. I check in the people that value beauty so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Men and women, when they get older,
Botox.
huh? When they get older and they depend on those things for so long, and the kind of psychological effect they're going to have on them.
Hmm.
I thinking about that the other day, because I remember coming across a video of an older lady talking about how she started to wrinkle and the lady started to cry she was crying on the video like she was so
Whoa.
beautiful when she was young.
Well, you see, that was her identity.
Yeah, so that is exactly what
Damn.
we was talking about something earlier that made me remember that,
The
but I can't remember.
eyelashes and to
Yeah,
looking like Shrek when you wake up.
Okay. Because it's
Yeah,
like,
that makes me want like I had that thought recently. Like I was watching some actresses' pictures before and after, and they were talking about like the kind of plastic surgery they did. And I was like, yo, if you had just left your face
Mm-hmm.
alone, you'd have been
Mm-hmm.
okay. But
Mm-hmm.
then I realized,
Mm.
like, even when I look at my old pictures, my old, like, for like the times I was just starting to get into makeup, I'd be like, girl, if you had just left your face alone, and you could not tell me nothing that day. So I was just like, how will I feel when one day I look in the mirror and like my age hit me? Like, how how would I going to feel? So I was like, okay, I get it. It's easy to judge, but
allow,
like
allow yourself to cry.
if I wake up one day and like I have them jowls, you know the jowls you just get when you're
Mm.
older, and like I just check in, this can't be my life. I would tell a doctor like nip tuck, snatch it back because that's not me. I was used to one
Listen,
face my whole life. What is this?
it's just
Gravity.
that.
Gravity.
And I think, well, society places so much emphasis on looks.
For
But
women.
here's, especially for women.
Because
But here's the
look at
thing,
Ron is at Mr. Biggs, the Isley, the verses. Did you see
Ron
when he
had
come up
support done. Listen, Ron
with
had
his
support done.
chinchilla
And that
and
gray
that
beard,
beard
that
that
gray,
was matching the chin? That's swag. When your
listen, honey,
chinchilla and your beard can match.
matching.
And this big girl
Yes, sir,
saying he's
Mr.
79.
Biggs. Yes, sir, Mr. Biggs. Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Honestly, though, but that Mr. Biggs is the definition of aging like fine wine. Like,
And his wife is
man looks,
29. So
the man looks the good.
he
He looks good.
does.
Not good, you know. He looks
No, that
good
was Cat
with a
Daddy.
T at the
Mm,
end. He looks good,
mm. He make
you
me
know.
rethink my whole stance on older men.
An older man.
Just for 2 seconds. Just for I wouldn't if he touch me, it's over. Like but
Yeah,
from afar,
yeah.
stay over there, so with your cane.
Define older.
Then
No,
I
like
turn the
from
TV down. Oh yeah.
And a red squeaky sound.
no time you singing and you sound like Skimble Shanks from Cats. I'm over it. Like, don't hurt me. If you have the ha 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 in your voice, I don't want you next to me. Sir, father, grandpa, leave me alone. Don't touch me.
You know?
I'm freaked out by the whole gray hair, bald hair.
To me, if as long as you have a kerchief, you're too old. As long as you have a kerchief.
Oh my god.
There's a napkin, like
So if you start to
napkin.
see me if you start to see me rolling with a kerchief, there's
Too
no
old.
I finish.
It's a wrap. You give up.
I understand.
No, if the kerchief
Have a
going in your
kerchief.
pocket, that's what it is. Because you can have a kerchief, like you can be like a blood and have your kerchief on your neck or in your
Can you
hair.
even
But
gives
like,
me getting? Can you cast me for a kerchief? Even gives me.
Handkerchief. Man. Oh
no,
God.
Has to buy a not kerchief.
oh, Jay.
Have to.
What's
I
the point
believe
of that?
no man, I believe in everybody's life you have a point where you just have to agree. It happened to you, eh? Just agree.
Why? When J-Lo's walk around, have you seen Michelle? Have you
But
seen
here's
Angela
the thing, eh?
Bassett?
But all of us
Here's
can
the
stay.
thing. We figure when we get 50, we want to look this and that and whatever. Okay. What were you doing in when you were
That
19,
30.
20,
True.
30. It's not wake up one morning and decide, it's constant maintenance. Is
Yeah, you have to invest in your
mindful of the
youth.
diet,
It's a
is the
lifestyle change.
extra
Read,
exercise.
right?
Actually,
Sleep well,
Exactly. Is,
drink water.
rest, drink water, mind your business, stay in your lane.
True.
No, it's
Ever since
important
I
minding
stopped
your
minding my
business.
business, my skin has gotten a lot better.
Girl,
drink water and
minding
mind
your
your
business
business.
adds to your life.
It does.
Because that means you're not stressing about anything that
Especially
doesn't
the
concern you.
one that pays you so then you can buy proper skincare
And some days I
and
don't want to
vegetables.
mind that one, the one that pays me. Some days
Jesus,
my
let's
days
not
is
even
just
talk
like,
about that.
but still be thankful for it. But in all honesty, like, and we see the conversations, especially as women, um, wanting to look good as Angela Bassett when you get to her age, and
As for her,
Viola Davis and Michelle Obama
oh
and all
my
of that.
God,
First of all, one and very
Viola.
importantly, the money these people have, the access to medicals, to all of that is completely different. But
Mhm.
what are we doing in ourselves? What are our sleep patterns like? What are we eating?
I need to get some sleep because I notice I starting to get
Bags?
bags under my eyes and it ain't cute.
It's not cute, sis.
This week
It's
I
not cute.
noticed it and I was like, the devil
Mm-mm.
is a lie.
Like what you put it
You
into
better
your bed,
use them
into your
bags.
body.
To do what? It's not a Louis.
Oh.
I was joking.
Like if
Like,
Gucci was like, bring your bags and we'll give you bags, okay. But
okay, I'd bring bags there for them.
you know
But
it.
like, what are we putting into our body? What are we consuming? And not just food.
We
What are
care
we
more about
consuming
what we put in our pussies than what we put in our
in our
body.
body? So I mean, and it's never too late to start. And I'm saying this for myself as much as I'm saying it for everybody else. It's never too late to start
Yep.
to do the necessary maintenance, because so you have a BMW and you're going to drive till the tires bald. Then that don't making sense.
Manifest,
That
guys.
hey, that don't making sense at all. So you get out of it whatever it is that you put in. And
So
I'm
guys,
not saying that gravity and all of that and aging is not going to factor in.
yeah, that's why I get it. I want a
Saying,
reduction.
girl, like yesterday. But I'm
That's
just saying, just be mindful of what you do. Like, be good to your body will be good to you.
true. And your body is so amazing. Like you can do so much. And I started doing this because like I mentioned this before, and I think I had a moment this week where I cried because it's like since my surgery, I do not recognize my body. I
Wow.
don't feel connected to it. So even when I working out and trying to eat healthy, it not doing what I think it should do, like what it used
Mhm.
to do like 3, 4 years ago. And I started to get really discouraged until I was like, you know what? I need to talk to my body better and be like, you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
amazing. You can do so many things. When you're
Yeah,
ready, you're going to
body, body,
cook a
body.
whole.
Yeah, body, body. Kendrick is a fool. Kendrick, you're a fool.
You
You are a
know, so you know I
fool.
can't do them kind of affirmations in front of him.
Not at all. Not at all. You're a fool. Yeah, body, body. You're a fool. A
But
whole
yeah,
fool.
speak nicely to your body. And I realized I was giving my body so many poisonous
Thoughts.
thoughts and words.
And not just your body, yourself. Speak nicely to yourself.
Yeah,
Like if we're saying the words life and death in the power of the tongue, and be mindful of what you say and what you put out, and we cannot say those things and compartmentalize it and just think it only applies to one aspect of life and
true.
not use it across the board. And I myself am guilty of that. But you speak loving words to your friends, you speak life into your friends, speak life into yourself.
True.
You
You're
know,
right.
like speak life into yourself.
You smart.
You was smart, you was
Please.
beautiful, you was
You was
intelligent,
loyal.
you you know, like
Whatever you need to tell yourself.
whatever you need to tell yourself, speak life into yourself, man.
Because you are amazing and you're capable. So
Just the way you are. You have a whole planet inside you, like, you are here for this reason. 7 billion people on this earth, and you're one of those. You don't want to feel like you're amazing, like you the shit. I said so. Go say.
I've been having some thoughts and I couldn't wait to come here to kind of ask you guys, and especially those of you listening out here, because I really want to hear from you too. Crap. And if I could go live on my phone, I would. I want to know, do you feel like you punish people for not meeting your expectations? And when I say punish, I don't mean like, like do them things, but do you feel like sometimes
I
you
do.
give people consequences for not meeting your
I do.
expectations?
I do. I definitely
Parents,
do.
lovers,
I think
siblings.
everybody does do that.
Are you aware when you do it?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think so.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh,
Yes, ma'am. Very much so.
You feel you're aware when you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And maybe this isn't behavior. I mean, not
no.
maybe this isn't behavior that I should be proud of, but
it is what it is.
it is what. Okay, no, I'm not even going to say it is what it is because that's like a cop out. But I am mindful of it. I am trying my best to not do that. But God not done with
And
me yet.
progress, listen, progression, not perfection, boo.
Yeah, God not done with me yet. So I'm getting there. Baby steps, but I'm getting there.
Even
And
today
it's
I had to backtrack because I even like I realize when people don't meet my expectations, because I feel like I meet people's expectations, I react badly to it, and I had to apologize because I was like, damn,
listen.
just because I have my expectation doesn't mean like people living like living to meet my expectations. And two, do you feel like you meet people's expectations? The people in your life, do you feel like you meet them?
Have you not met me?
Expectation. I know is that she gonna say, in her ass. I know is that she gonna say.
Like, do you feel you meet like you personally meet people expectation?
Like the people in your life.
Do you meet the expectations?
Yeah.
Have you not met me? Of course. Of course. If I don't meet your expectations, why am I in your
Your
life?
expectations wrong.
I don't
Definitely.
think much people know what to expect from me.
You
Did
know
you
that's true?
engineer it that way?
No. You know that's true?
I
Huh?
think
You know that's
so.
true? No, that is in fact the truth. That
I
kind
think
of
so.
is the truth.
I
And
would agree.
I think it's intentional on your part.
Yeah, I
You
think
taking
so
that?
too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think
Because
it's
it leaves you
intentional.
without having responsibility. Like I can just do
That's
whatever and they can and you'll just be like, oh well, I expect
but I
anyway.
didn't tell you. But so who tell you? I think it's
Yeah.
intentional on your part.
So if
I
people
really
cannot
do.
rely on you, there's not the responsibility of like you let me down.
I think you
It's kind of
I
like it's like a nice place to exist where I can be this or I can
yes.
be that or I can be this and I can be that. And any disappointment you feel is
It's
on
on
you
you.
because
And
you projected those
it's
expectations.
probably not intentional. Like you know who you're going to be that way with. You understand? Like you know who you're willing to go out of your way for and whatever, and who you'll just do the bare minimum with. But the general vibe is, and all of us do it, whether we admit it or not. We show people the sides of ourselves we're comfortable with. And if I don't want you to have expectations from me, I going to behave in such a way that you're not going to have
Yeah,
expectations from me.
you get figure out
You
nothing.
know what I mean? Look, Kendrick
Okay.
thinking.
No, I just want to see if it's that so far back that it's second nature now.
I will
That is
say
that is that I doing.
I feel like I know you a lot and I also feel like I don't know you at all. Like I really cannot like I cannot tell somebody this is who Kendrick is. Like that is the type of person he is. It depends on what he feeling that day.
Hmm. Wow. Okay.
And there's like a lot of freedom in that
Definitely.
because like people can't hold you to anything.
Why you watching us like that?
Okay.
No, it's I think
You never watch those sitcoms where the husband, like the wife, will tell him to do something, and he know he can do it, but because he don't want her to take habit of asking him, he will deliberately let her down or do a bad job. So then she'll be like, don't worry, I'll just take care of it myself." It's almost.
I doesn't
I know
really
it's
put
not
too
like
much.
that. I don't think
much
you're
thoughts
doing that.
into it.
No.
It's not intentional.
It can
That's
be a defense. It can
hmm
be young. You figure out how to navigate your environment, and
to
that
make a
is what
person
work
like to
to
make a
make
person
people
leave
leave
you
you alone.
alone.
Yeah,
I'm checking that.
Yes.
yeah.
To make a person leave you alone.
Okay.
So you will do something, you might not do it to the best. Unless it's something like you're really interested in or whatever, you might just do it well enough that Charlene stop bothering you.
But not that she'll come back and ask you again.
That
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's a psycho child, eh?
Huh?
No,
No,
you'd be surprised how
like
many people do that because not many people like the burden. Like a lot of people see responsibility as a burden.
it is.
It does tie them up. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not one of
It
those
does.
people. I like if I
Does.
tell you I'm going to do something, I like doing it because not doing it makes me like what you like you can depend on my word, like it makes me sick. However, I'm a psycho. So most people just like freedom. They don't like responsibility. They feel like it's a choke on their neck to have other people
Mhm.
depend on them. So then they get their ways of either one, they might lash out if you hold them to task. Two, they might be like flighty. Like one day they're there and one day they're not there. So you can never say a chicken like, my girl, if you depend on me, that is you or you're wrong. You know how I be. Or they might be people who never volunteer to help. Everybody have ways of like navigating out of responsibility, and sometimes it does just become their personality.
And that was happening to me. That what I
No, I
just
don't
said.
know. I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about in general. I don't know what
Okay.
happened to you. I just finished say I know you and I don't.
Mm.
You're a mystery. And I feel like you just thrive in mystery. I think you like the mystery of. I think you like the freedom of being a mysterious person.
You know what it is? Kendrick is a consummate artist.
Consume it.
Yes.
Yeah,
What is it?
he is.
Like you are an artist in every sense of the word.
You don't want to be one thing. You want to be whatever you want to be in that day.
Whatever you want to be.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like labels, responsibility, um, like
Like you're going to do what
shames,
you want when
yeah,
you
them
want
things they're
on
gonna
your
tie you up
you will get to it, but on your
a
time.
time. So to
Is
be
it's
responsible or like
it's
have
how
somebody
you
say you have to do that at that time, they're gonna mess you up.
it's your priorities.
That's not my personality.
That's not your personality?
No.
Okay. Well, I got it wrong.
I'm a very good follower. And I like to like I
I
what?
agree, I agree, but you
like I
kind
like
of
to
proving the point though.
no, I like to be around like in groups,
Mm-hmm.
working, doing
Yeah, but
things.
groups because it have other people to kind of share the responsibility. But when everything is on you, it might tie you up.
Oh, I was the leader of the worship team for about 6 years, and I only left because I was going on a cruise ship.
Mm.
to
Yeah, but it's also
do
music.
uh-huh. You're trying to find a way. You're trying to
No, I
find
asking you. I just ask. I just diving into the
no
sea that
man.
is Kendrick. Music is something you like. So
Yes,
what about when it's something you're not necessarily passionate about? Are you
I used to go to
comfortable?
work and go to the toilet and talk to myself and tell myself, bro, you have to be here. Go and do your work. I used to talk to myself and have to go and sit down and
Relax.
do my work.
I just do
I do
that
that for
too.
about 5, 6 years. Huh?
I just do that.
Of course.
Like when I wake up in the when I reach the office in the morning, I just be like, Okay, Charlene, 8 hours, going do the 8 hours. Like when it gets to 12 o'clock, that's like the halfway mark. Anyway, you have lunch and then back at it.
Of course. Sometime on that cruise ship, on the cruise ship, I check in wherever we stop. There I stay in my check-in boy. I do have my passport. I do have this. I do have that. My money on the card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
do you see? But everything you're expressing there is proof more of like the whole artist thing. The freedom to
To want
I think you thrive better in a space where you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
anybody.
anybody does.
No,
But for some
I
people,
don't thrive in those
this is
spaces.
different.
I need
Jed
rules.
needs Jed needs structure.
I need structure. I need to know what can I do, how far can I go, what can I do. I like to know if you tell
Rewards
me you're
and
going to do
repercussions.
this, yes, this is what's going to happen. I need that.
I
Anything
can,
that's just nebulous and
I
airy,
can
I
exist
cut away.
outside. I can exist outside of functions.
Mm-mm. I
Like
don't like chaos.
I don't need it. I don't need you do this, you do this, this. I can like I show up today and you're like, Sean, I need to do this. I'm like, okay, cool. But to go back to your question, yes, I do punish people when I think they're not holding up to the standards that I expect from them or they're not doing things that I expect. It may not even be intentional. It's not always intentional.
I don't think so.
When it's intentional, you'll know. When it's intentional, you'll know. Listen, God is still working on me. He's not done with me yet. So I acknowledge that that is problematic behaviors, and I'm trying my best to work past them until such time. Yes,
People have their
and
own
what
life and they have their own priorities. And my expectations or what I need or want is not a priority in everybody's life. And just like what people might want from me, okay, if I let somebody down, there's a way I would like them to handle me. And if I'm not handling people in that way, I am a hypocrite. Because I know if I let somebody down, it's not on purpose and it's not because I'm mean or because they don't matter to me.
this is a triggering conversation, and I want no parts of it.
Okay,
Okay? And I'm going to be honest and say why I
let's
want
move
no.
on.
No, no, no. I'm going to be honest and say why I want no parts of it. I want to sit in my anger for a little while longer. I forget what I was going to say.
I mean, there was a lot of depth this week, so I
Sure.
would love us to have an introspective little pod. Sorry for you who wanted some toxic stuff. I mean, I have some toxic takes too, but I feel with everything happening and like the fragility of life, it would be nice for us to kind of like sit inside ourselves and ask ourselves meaningful questions.
Dog, if I do that today when I leave here, I going to send text messages I'm not supposed to. So I
Okay,
want
well,
no
drink,
parts.
drink, hold the
I
drink
wa-
in your hand
I
and
don't
just
even
drink.
drinking. If I
Anytime you
add
feel like
alcohol to that,
it.
it's going to make it worse.
Yeah,
Kenneth sitting
man.
there
Okay,
watching me
next
like,
you see
what
next
are you
week. You
talking
see
about?
next week. Next pod is on 420, so we'll turn up.
Turn up.
We'll turn up.
This sit in your feelings kumbaya moment Jade is trying to have. I'm
You
not
see, I
with it.
lit my candles. I'm a
I'm not
healer, guys.
I'm not with
I
it.
have a.
I'm not having
I
this
agree.
conversation.
I
I'm not
agree.
having this conversation. I'm
But
not having this conversation. I want to feel that whatever I bring to whatever situation I'm in, friendship, work, romantic relationships, that you can see from my side and you can be like, okay, Sha, I see. No, 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 you were right. How do we fix it? Charlene cannot always be the one to have to see and figure out how do we fix it or make you feel better for making me feel bad.
mm, you know,
I'm sorry.
like how we just try and make racists feel better about being racist.
I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. This is me standing up for myself, and I'm hoping when I go home I keep the same energy. That's what I need to do. It's easy to say this now and like,
I feel like you trust yourself to make the best decision for yourself. If you hold your best interest at heart at all times while still making
oh yeah.
space for
You want to know why I don't always? I don't always. You want to know why? Because deep down,
put down the
there's
phone.
I put it down. No, I have it because there's something I want us to talk about that is
Oh, okay.
completely unrelated to this. So just making sure it doesn't lose. But I know why I do it, because deep down there's a fear that you're not impacting the person's life as much as you think. Like you're not as important to the person as you think you are.
Can I say something? Oh wait, I'll respond to you after I hear Kenrick. Kenrick, do you feel like you punish people who for not meeting your expectations?
Punish people.
When not don't fix it on the word punish. More like, do you give consequences when people don't meet your expectations? Either by withdrawing or by making them feel
Oh yes, man.
away.
Of course.
I like that, Kenrick.
Hmm?
I like the Kendrick that's not trying to be,
Political.
well, I can see it on both sides. I like that, Kendrick.
Kendrick,
You
I
can
can't
just
see
say
your face.
It's a personal thing. For sure.
the mic.
The mic covering all your
That's
face.
at least
And you
something
have
bigger
such
than
a
my head for
nice
the first
face.
time.
Oh
He has
wow.
such a
And
nice face.
I giving him compliments, he insulting himself. Your backs
Thank
you want. We
But
both said
yeah,
you have a nice face.
thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank yous.
But yeah,
But Charlene, so this week I had like a really, really tough but insightful therapy session. And while I'm talking to you, some words are triggering, and something you
mm,
say just trigger me. Like you talking like what I feel inside.
mm,
And my therapist told me that I do not find safety in love and emotions because every single time love and emotion was in my life, it was associated with pain. I don't associate love with, I associate love with abandonment. I associate
mm.
a love with pain, betrayal, and distance. So in my life, if somebody is angry at me, I don't think they love me. I don't see how they could possibly love me. If
Girl,
somebody
same.
is distant or wants space from me, I don't see how they can possibly love me. If somebody is irritated with me, I don't see how they can ever love me because it feels bad, like how it did in childhood, because I was never taught that if I'm angry with you, I still love you.
That.
It's
That.
always if I'm angry with you, I don't love you. If you are irritating me, I want space from you and I don't love you. So as an adult, it was difficult for me to hear that I need space, but I still like there's no way you could tell me I need space and for me to think that you still love me. There was no way for me to conceptualize that. But that is normal. It should be normal because if I looking at myself, because there have been times where I have needed space, but because of my own hangups of love does not, I don't want to make the person feel how I felt. I will stay
Mhm.
when space was the best answer,
Yeah.
but it was not. To me, it wasn't love. I was like, how can that person think I love them if I say I need space? And I had to like go through my brain and be like, a lot of times has nothing to do with the person, and I could probably just be suffocating someone when I know that space is necessary, but to me, space doesn't equal love. So I
It
had to
does,
like
yeah.
journal a lot. And as you were talking, it's like it trigger like what we associate as love or what we think love is when it doesn't look like that.
We don't
We
know how to
don't think
react.
it's love when it can look like love. Like some people have comfort in space. Some people, when you give them their space to be themselves, they feel loved. But because distance was used as a tool for punishment, like the cold shoulder, not talking to you to teach you a lesson, you don't associate that with love. It's like, this is everything I didn't want as a child. This is everything that made me feel worthless as a child. This can't be love. Be open to the possibility that love can mean different things to different people, and your version of love is not like everything. Just throwing that out there.
This is what I'm doing for 3 weeks now. I'm sitting in my feelings. Ha. Ha ha ha.
How does it feel? How does it feel?
It's a sucky place to be.
Can we go there? Okay, Kendrick. If you're in a relationship and one person wants space and you don't, how do
You don't
you?
want space?
Yeah, you don't feel the need for it, but the other person does. How do you interpret that as a man?
I don't feel it in it. I don't want it, but the person wants it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are plenty of things you can feel about that. You can ask yourself, what am I doing that making me not enough? You might think them kind of things. Um, and was I asking answering again? Okay, so what
So
I
if
feel about
okay,
holding space about okay, so the person wants space, I
mm-hmm,
don't want space.
mm-hmm.
Or
Is the
even
person needed? Is the I don't know what the okay? It have to be specific because if the person needs space, I cannot be in the position unless the state of the relationship already was in a problem.
but
And I don't know.
if this space is
It
not
it it, it based
this
on what
space is
going
not
on.
okay, if this space is not relationship related,
Mm.
it's not needing space from the person you're in the relationship with,
Like a child checking and need space from the class
but
and duck in class.
is a you take is a you taking space from the person because you going through, or the person taking space from you because they're going through something that they don't feel they want to burden you with.
All while keeping the same space with other people in their life, eh?
So
Okay,
Kendrick,
okay, okay.
okay,
So
wait. Okay, you understand?
no, I
Okay,
put in all
so
them
Jade
things together.
together. Okay, so you and Jade together,
Hmm.
right? And Jade going through, because when from a male perspective, yes. So Jade going through is not problems in all the relationship, but what Jade way of dealing with it can lead to problems in the relationship because Jade just disconnecting from you,
Uh-huh.
right?
Hmm.
So Jade just can you going through something way like let me just deal with that, and you can understand that. But 3 months down the line, you're still not hearing from Jade.
Hmm. That is prison. That is a no. That
Why?
is a mental prison.
Explain.
It's like you in your mind you check in the person maybe to go check their scene in your mind you check in the person maybe really working on themselves and 3 months pass so I don't know.
Would you? How does it like? Would you feel the same way towards them when they come back? Like, would it just like pick up? Would you ask for an explanation? Like, or would you just act like everything normal?
It's different situation like sometimes if the person is somebody that for example um it depends like that's so it like it must be a particular thing like you have to give me a general you have to give me a scenario that's specific because it's like it can take almost different I can say
Okay, let's say
different things based
I
on what's going on. Yeah.
let's say we in a relationship and you find like I find myself not being able to be affectionate. I find myself like snapping on you. I find myself like not being able to give you the things you need from me because I have things going out. So
Right.
you are communicating to me that I need certain things from you and I can't get it, or when I need you, you're not there, or um, it doesn't feel good when we're together because like either you distant or you lost in your own shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I tell you, you know what? I need some time to figure out what's going on, and I disappear. It's not that I ask you, would you be willing to wait for me or anything. I just tell you I need some time I might not even communicate that in the best way. It's like, yo, I going through something and I just need some time and I disappear. And then 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, I come back like nothing happened, expecting everything.
I will find a way to bring up the conversation, but not in the first instance. Like I would find a way to caress the conversation in maybe during a lunch or something. Like so, what really? So did you really get everything sorted out? Like everything all right now?
Hmm. So what if she snap at you?
When I say that,
Yeah.
and say what? Like
Or
she
what if
kissed
that
me
is
or
just the person way of dealing with things?
running?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's not necessarily, and here's where it gets tricky. It's not a running from you. It's
But it
a
just feels like that to you.
it's a let me deal with this shit by myself first before I include you. I might not even include you, but this is me dealing with my own shit.
But the
Hmm.
consequence of that is me leaving you lonely.
That's
Hmm.
what
And
is
you
not.
just are you going to be willing to just eat that and just accept like,
And 6 months later, like whatever period of time, extended period of time, Jade pops back up like nothing happened. Hey, Kendrick, what's up?
and
Yeah.
expect
So
the same warmth and affection and
yeah. Well, I will find a way to caress the question in like maybe after a little while of talking. Like you sure you're okay and okay like everything work out like
but
what
what if I
really?
okay for now and then 2 months later deuces disappear and then I come back.
Well, I'll have to figure out how long I can handle that for.
Okay.
Yeah, man. And
How would you feel? How would this
that not a
space?
general every man
Type of
answer. I don't know
No, no,
what every.
no. I just want a male perspective, not you speaking on behalf of men. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
how would you navigate the time in between though, while the person gone?
That's why I tell you it'll be weird to navigate it. You know, it's like you figure in like okay the person actually working on this or like you will be it'll be a like I say is a mental prison.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah,
yeah,
because I I
yeah.
think adults do need their space. Like I
And
feel even in marriage, I think space is necessary. Like you do your thing, I do mine. And we go, oh, I miss you. Let's spend some time together, and we have fun being together. But taking space without communication,
of our no communication must happen.
and I think
I
like,
think
go ahead.
if you don't communicate, why you're not supposed to wait for somebody that do communicate to you and just
And you don't know what this space means.
don't making sense to wait for that person. You can give the person a chance, obviously, to make sure that like what really going on. But you wouldn't see somebody not talking to you for a whole week, 2 weeks, even a month, and feel like it's okay.
And when they come back, how do you get the like the bravery to ask them like, what does this mean? Are we a thing? Are we not? And then the
You know,
question itself leading to a fight and then them taking more space. Like,
it's how you talk. It's how you talking. It's how you communicate to the person. Like I tell you, I'll ask you what you need to you got it sorted out now. Like I would try to not be like
You don't want to
too
add
short on my
whatever the
face.
person
Yeah,
going through.
if
But
it
here's the
actually.
thing: like, if we're building a life together, right? That's what we say we're doing. How is it okay that you figure that you're going through X, Y, and Z, and the best option of going through X, Y, and Z is to just leave me alone?
and I have to continue building.
You just leave me alone, and then because no matter how you coach it, no matter how you label it, put a nice ribbon on it, that is essentially what is happening. You just leaving me alone for whatever length of time it takes you for you to figure out what it is that you're figuring out. and you come back 369 a year later, and
Who are you?
I'm not the same person that you left.
Of course not.
You're not the same person that left. So like how do we navigate that area? Is it a
It's a
it's a
new
new thing?
thing.
So how do you, because essentially what it is you plant a seed, you uproot it, you plant a seed, you uproot it, you plant a seed, you uproot it. How does, what growth can happen when there's constant start stop start stop start stop? I think distance is important, but when you keep uprooting whatever seed that was planted, how can it grow? And sometimes we come with the expectations, like while you're away you growing by yourself, and you come back with the expectations that your personal growth translates to your growing together.
What a thing. What I can say.
Whoa!
So Kenrick,
I don't want to cackle like that, but
it's true.
I don't want to cackle.
But
But
what a thing
it
for
don't make
real.
sense, not sure. No, Kendrick, let's be honest. It don't make sense, not sure.
What is that?
What?
Going and come back how much time?
Yes.
But why that make sense?
But
How would that making sense to nobody?
God, I
That doesn't even make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me.
Like, it's not me that going crazy. I so glad I not going.
Yeah, I glad you said that for real.
Tune in next week when I will be saying more.
Will he? Will he really? Remember, you can find us on the Digital Go Loud app. Look for us on the Digital Go Loud app. Go on the Digital Go Loud app because we have been listed so far as one of your favorite podcasts. And that is awesome news. We love it. We love it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't always feel like we're just talking into space, into
hello.
"Ah,
But
can
can
you
we
hear me? We appreciate our viewers. As we always say, you can follow us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can email us at thehardonespodcast@gmail.com if there's anything you want us to talk about. If you want to be a guest, we are on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Anchor FM. Wherever podcasts are available, you can find us. But find us on Digital Go Loud app, please.
Definitely.
Thanks. Suple.
we'll see you
You
next
know.
week, y'all.
Until next week. Wait.
Ah.
You know.